Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So let's fix this mess over here. Now we just need to give it the right column names here. Also, I want us to add the order, list order here. So let me come back here to the plugin. Okay, so we're going into the list view here. This is inside main menu plugin views front end list. Okay, so we want to, these are the column names. So there's this ID, but then here order, that's the list order over here. Now we don't have that yet, so I'm just going to duplicate the row ID here to match that, and then where we have first name, let's put title. And what else? What's next? Parent. Okay, so the parent here, yeah, I think so I proved wrong. If we go back to the plugin ID, the plugin.php here, there's this part where we get all items, right? So I was thinking it's only needed for the add and edit, but apparently we need it everywhere. So I'm just going to cut this out from here and run this query immediately there. That way I can get rid of this as well here. So all items are, wait, yes. So all items here. Was that a good idea at all? Maybe. Yeah, instead of running many queries, we can just grab all the items here and get a very specific one. So when we come to, where is this? Let's see here. I'm trying to combine okay, that's fine, we'll do it later. So in the list view here, this second one, or this one, is the one that shows the parent. So what I would do is this, we will move this out of the way. Let's put an if statement. Say if not empty row parent. Okay, so and then let's show parent here. For now we're just going to show the ID itself. Then there's icon, so we're just going to follow that as it is. This image thingy can come in handy, so I'm going to grab this, put it here, and that's icon class. So we can afford to escape this. There we go. And then what else? Is mega, so I'm just gonna duplicate that as well. So instead of an escape here, what we can do is we will say let's do this, is mega. If this one is equal to 1, anyway, it's either 1 or 0, right? Yes or no. So when we say is mega, then it's like we are checking whether it's a 1. So if it is, then we say yes. If it's not, we say no. Okay, something like that. What else? Image, finally, and then mega image. So I'm just going to duplicate these two like so. So image, and then mega image like that. Same thing. What else? Active. Okay, so let me refresh this for a second. So as you can see, there's quite a bit going on here. Let's before I give up yet, let me copy this for active. We don't need gender, so this one will be disabled. If active, if it's disabled, then active is no. So we do the opposite here, and then yes. So let's see how that works. Active, yes. Permission, and then finally slug. Yeah, we don't need date updated or created, so let me remove these guys. We don't need user rows. Maybe let me keep these. Let's remove the rows here. What I want is to escape and put slug here. Let me remove this one. Okie dokie. There we go. Okay, so slug. So there's permission here missing. So permission should come after active. So there's slug. Wait. Okay, so there's active here, there's permission here. There we go. Alright, very cool. Now, in case we end up adding too many columns here, remember that there's no need to add all the columns here because we still have this view page where you can view all the actual records. So here we just need to choose what's very important and leave that there. So for example, we might need to know instantly what the parent is and maybe not the icon, or we need to know if this is a mega menu, and we don't really need to see the mega menu image. This is up to you what you want to see. Maybe up to here. Maybe also the permission here and the slug. These are important. So let's remove the icon. And what else can we remove? We don't need icon. We probably won't need image. I don't know. It's up to you what kind of setup you're running here. Let's say slug. Maybe icon for now. Let's get rid of icon. So I'm gonna remove this one. Let's see how much space we gain from that. Let's refresh. Okay, so not so important. Permission active. Okay, maybe we can leave this. Yeah, maybe we can leave those. Okay, great. So things are looking up. Now we don't have the list order yet, but let's add two of these items. So there's about us and contact us. So let me add the next one, which is contact us. And the link is contact-us. And what else? This is all we need. Maybe not logged in here as well. Now, as you can see, I could put a parent here if I want, but let me not. Active, yes. Is mega, no. Okay, so let's save that. We need to fix this. Okay, so we have two menu items here, which is great. Now, if I come back here, I don't see those items there at all. So it's time we actually fixed that. So what I will do is go to my, so we are still in the main menu thingy here. So let's copy what we did to add more items. Let's say, for example, the basic auth plugin. If I go to the plugin itself, there is this part that adds menu items. It's right here. Header, footer, before menu links. So let's grab this whole function here and use it to our advantage. So I'm going to copy this, copy, come back to main menu plugin file. I'll close this other one. So we can put this anywhere we want. It doesn't really matter the positioning we put. Oh, but there's actually, oh, so this is for the admin links, so that's fine. Okay, so let's put another one here. Maybe we can follow it up in the middle here, so that we see where we add main menu links and admin links right next to each other. Okay, so this is good. Now, as you can see, this data over here being shown is simply the same data from the database. So which means we have our work cut out for us here. All we need to do is add to this list of links and we should be home and dry. So what I'll do is delete all of these guys here. So as you can see, these are objects here, right? To match the objects that are in the database. So exact same format here. This is good. So I'm going to delete this. So all we need to do now is to actually read from the database, right? So we read from the database. Wait, why did we need session here? Oh, we needed it for this. Okay, so since we don't have that anymore, we can remove it. Okay, so I just want to run a query here. So I need to instantiate my menu class. So I'm going to steal that from here. This is not even required anymore. But it's there, so I'll leave it be. Okay, so here I'll just say rows is equal to, and say menu, and here we'll just run a query. Let's use the where function here, and let's say anything that isn't disabled, right? Where disabled is equal to 0. Those are the items we need. Okay, simple as that. So we have rows, and then we just want to add to this because this is a filter. So we're going to say links is equal to, now remember this is coming in with already containing some items, so we don't want to delete those items and just make it equal to this. We want to add to that list. So here what we will do is what we will do here, we will say array merge. This is a function that will merge one or more arrays. So first of all, we'll merge the links that's already existing itself, and then we'll add the rows that we've added. So you can add things the way you want. Maybe you can put this at the beginning and the other one at the end, etc., etc. That's entirely up to you. Okay, so links. So let's see if any of this works at all, and apparently it does not work. So why it not work? So we want to see what we got here. Very important. So we do this like so. Let's see what we got. So I'm gonna refresh. Okay, so it actually did work. It got us the information we needed, and we added it to the list. So this works, but why it does not work here? Let's do this. Links. So now I want to see what links contains after we merge the arrays, just to be sure what we are dealing with. So these are from the login page, blah blah blah. What about the other guys? Okay, so it adds contact us and about us at the end. So this should work, right? Yep, it should. So why it is not working? Return links. Very interesting. Header, footer before menu links. Okay. Why? is it not working? Okay. Deep breaths. Let's see what we are doing wrong. So let me look at where we are displaying the menu itself. Where is that? Wait, where am I? Okay, so there we go, front end menu, and there's data here. Okay, so let's look at this data. What is being given? Because this is what happens before we display our menu. So let's see what data is contained. So there's links, which has these guys in there, which is cool. But is the about us there? And right on, it's there. So what exactly is going on here? Everything seems to be good. Am I just getting blind or something? Why isn't it showing here? Okay, so all that data goes to the menu.php page. So let's go over there and see what in the world is going on. Okay, so we have a for each. Right, okay. My bad here, you see. The permission is for, so it's actually working. It's for when we are not logged in. So if I log out here, then I get to see that. Now, the thing is, we can't see the menu here when we are logged out, but we can easily change that by going to the config and removing login and sign up from this list. I think we can leave the menu there. Okay, so there it is. So as you can see, there is about us and contact us pages here. If I click them, they don't exist, but they are here. Okay, so that is great. But now let's deal with dropping down and mega menu over here. Oh, look at that. Looky here. This seems to have more, what do you call it? More priority here. What is going on? Wow. Okay. So that will need to be fixed. This is issues with the Z index. We'll deal with that. But anyway, this is what's happening. So we have two extra stuff here, which is great. But what if we want them to be like this? So what I'm going to do is let's make some items that have a parent. Okay, so let's do this. Let's log in. So we log in here, and let's go back to our admin section, or maybe let's use this section here. So I just want to add one item that will be available when we are logged in. So let's add that, add new, and this one we're going to call it my dropdown. And the link here should just be a hash, the slug. That way when somebody clicks on it, it doesn't refresh the page, because if it's empty, it will refresh the page. That's where you have problems where if someone clicks here, the page is refreshed, but nothing should happen, so we put a hash, as you can see there. Okay, so permission is for when we are logged in. Now, you could leave this permission out. It just means this menu item will show regardless what's going on. So we can leave it open like this. Now, this doesn't have a parent. It's active and it's not a mega menu. So let's save. Okay. And then where is this? My drop down, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And then let's add one more. So this one we'll call it drop down child. This one can have a link, but we can leave the link empty. No permissions there either. And let's select the parent, which is my drop down. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. On the drop down here, on parent, where is parent? I think I may have forgotten something. Oh no, I didn't. No, I didn't forget. Okay, Great. So parent is my drop down. It's active, yes. Let's click that. Back. So there it is. This one has a parent, which is this guy. As you can see, the parent is matching that, but we're going to make it in such a way that it shows the name of the parent instead of the parent ID. That way it's easier to match these. But then, yeah, so let's see how that, let's add a second drop down child. No slug, active, mega menu, parent, my drop down, and save. Title does not allow special characters. Oh, okay, so we don't allow numbers in here. Now you can edit that to add numbers if you want in the regular expression, and let's hit save. Okay, cool. And back. Okay, so there we go. Now if I refresh, you will see that we have this problem now. There's drop down child. These two are not supposed to be here. They're supposed to be under the drop down here, but this is the issue we get. So the way to fix this is to make sure that only items that have no parent are loaded at the top here. Okay, so let's go to our, where is this? The menu plugin, the plugin.php for the main menu. So when we are reading from the database where we say disabled is equal to 0, I want to duplicate this and add one more. Parent should also be equal to 0. So if parent is 0, then that is a main item here. So as you can see, my drop down has remained here. Don't mind these two, they're just for examples. So now we need that drop down feature here, of course. So what we will do is, when reading this content, we want to give this an ID. So we're going to use this. The laziness of typing is what's leading me on like this. So I'm going to grab this and put get menus over here. Here, before we read from this, this one will be get menu. Instead of get menus, let's be very specific here. This is menu, get menus with children, maybe something like that. Okay, a bit long, but just to be specific. So I'm gonna go down here. So what I want to do is, after the query is done, I want to do something with that information. So I'll duplicate this and put an else statement and say if the query ID is get menus with children, then we do something. So let's remove this false here so it can actually run. Okay, so we want to grab items from the, I'm gonna call this menu, main menu, and then loop through the result. And then here I'm going to say select all. Now I just want to select all items that are children of the current item in the row here. So I don't need to run an actual query here. I can use the where function. So what I'll do is say children, that's what I'll call it. Let's do that. I don't actually need to use array column here. I can just remove this. I don't need any of this. So let's do this. This is fine. So here what I'll do is duplicate this. We'll say children, like that, is equal to the menu class and the where. So disabled should be 0, but then we want one that has a parent that's very specific to the ID of the current item there, like so. Okay, so whichever item in the menu has this current item with as a parent, then we grab that item. And here, instead of saying result children, we don't want array column, we want the rows as they are received, like that. Okay, cool. So now we should have a children object inside each menu item. So let me show you the result of that. So once we do this, it means now, well, let me come up here again in the, wait, not admin main content, but right over here, when we grab the links. So once we do this, we are saying once this is read, after the reading, it should do some extra stuff after the query. And then let's see what that gives us. So we just do that. Let's come back here and refresh. So this is the result now. We have this item, my dropdown, which we know has children. So of course, this is created with an array of objects of its kids in here. So there are 2 of them like that. The rest do not have anything, as you can see here. Okay. So let me delete that. Now we have information here, which is awesome. So we don't see it here just yet. So now we want to go to the menu viewer page right there and look at the format of these children here. So if we let's look at the difference between this list item here, which has a drop down, and this list item over here, which doesn't. So this one just has a list like that, and then that's the end of it. So there's list and there's an A tag in there. So this up to here is all that is required when there is no drop down. But when there's a drop down, we add extra stuff, which is this over here. So we need all of this if children exist. So all we need to do is copy this, copy, and then let's come down here. So since this should be inside the list item, we will put the list item like so, and then just put an if statement here. So say if this is a link children, like that. So we need to know if this is there or not. So we're going to say if not empty, so which means there is content there. Then we do some extra stuff now. We say and if, like so. And so I can just paste like this. So just by doing this already, we are able, or we will be able to see something. So just like that, if I now refresh, you will notice that there is a drop-down menu now on my drop-down here, but not on the other items, as you can see here, but this one does have now. Okay, but let's put dynamic content instead of this generic stuff. So we can easily do that here just by getting rid of all of this. We just need one of these guys. So instead of drop down item here in the label, we will, what will we do? What will we do? I will grab this title and paste it here. Boom. And which part do I need to loop actually? Oh, this is the part that needs looping. Wait, what is this though? Wait a minute. What is drop down menu? Ah, so that is the title for drop down menu. Oh, okay. Wait, this is weird. There's drop down menu and drop down menu here. Okay, interesting. But this is repeated here. Okay, Oh, so that's for the mobile version. I see. You know, I actually never even checked to see if this is responsive at all. You know? Yeah, there we go. Oh, righty then. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, we're going to deal with that later. But what we'll do here is, it seems we need this repeated twice for some reason. There's a mobile version, I guess. So I will copy this and put it here as well. Boom. Alright. And then I loop through this. So I'm going to do PHP and say for each. And here we will say links children as child, like that. Okay, so now let's end this for each over here like this. Boom. Okay, and then let's put our link item here. So I'm gonna grab this. Now we will have to deal with this link thingy here because it's not all the time that we'll need root. If you put an external link here, like you're linking to Facebook or something, it should respond to that as well accordingly. So we will deal with that. So instead of link here, this will be child, like that. Okay, and then the name here as well. Let's copy that and paste it here. And so it's child. Okay, now you could escape these values in here if you want. Maybe, I don't know, not necessary, but who knows. Okie dokie. And just like that, we have our drop down menu here. Let's refresh. And there, okay, something is up there. Something is weird. So let's figure it out. We have this. We have for each links children as child, and then child over here. Okay, so apparently there's end if here and if there. You are okay. So if you can't figure out, because here it's not clear what there is an error here, so I can just Control A to select all. Attempt to read property children on an array on line 280. Now, if for some reason you really can't see this, you can just say view page source, and if you look closely, you will find the error. And there it is. Attempt to read property children on array on line 280. So let's see. 280 is here. Links children. Oh, this is an array. Okay, it should be link actually. Sorry about that. Link. Okay. Refresh, and there we go. So drop down child 2 and drop down child 1 over here. Okay, so things are working as intended. Let me edit this guy. I want to edit this to child 2, child 1. But you get the idea. The drop down menu is functioning as intended. Just like here. It's just that the text here is longer. Let's go to the... I may not be able to, since we don't have the edit just yet, let me just delete that, edit it directly in the database, refresh. That way we have a clean drop down like this. Okay, cool. So at this point we can drop this drop down here because we have our own here. So I'm going to come back here. We don't need this reference anymore because we have done it. So I'll remove this. So what remains now is the mega menu to deal with. So there we go. Drop down, mega menu. All right. So we'll use some similar techniques in here. Let's do that. in the next video.